I started driving Lyft like a month ago, and pretty much I haven't really been making that much money because lately I've been doing it like part-time because I have other stuff to do. And then like you are constantly spending money on gas when you drive like full-time or even part-time with Lyft. So I had to like work for other stuff so that way I can like put gas in the car. The end of March, so it's like March 29th-ish, right? They have this bonus thing that they're doing, right? A weekly guaranteed bonus of $235. So I'm literally like, okay, like $235, that's extra money that could go in my pocket, you know? Like, I am like, okay, like, that's money that I freaking need. So I go ahead and I do the requirements, which is to do 30 drives, and you had to maintain over like a 90% rating. So guess what? I actually did 34 rides, and I did that by March 31st. And I was like, okay, like I'm good, you know, like I did the required stuff. I'm about to get money. I made total earnings from this bonus $257. So I'm thinking I'm about to get $257. Like, I'm like happy, yo. 34 drives, and I had 100% rating, like, you know, perfect score, like, right? So the third comes. I did not get any money from the bonus. Instead, I only get sent $52. So I'm mad, confused, like, okay, what's going on? So I go to their website and I'm reading, and it says it takes about a week in order for you to receive that bonus. So I'm like, oh, that's stupid. So I'm not going to get it until the 11th, you know. And so that was that, or the 10th or the 11th. So that was literally like my thought, like I'm thinking that, right? So it said within a week, like, so I'm thinking like maybe it could come before then, you know. So I'm constantly watching my bank account, trying to see like if this money is coming or not, and it was never like in my account. So for my car, I had to go get it inspected, you know. So they gave me a deadline to do that. They said by the 4th, by 5 p.m., I had to have the car inspected. I did. So I went on Tuesday or Wednesday, on the 4th. I went at 10 o'clock in the morning all the way to Buena Park, because that's where I had to go to get this car inspected. I went all the way down there, dropped the car off at 10 o'clock in the morning. The guy tells me, okay, it should be done sometime before 5. So I'm like, oh, okay. So a Lyft ride back home was going to cost me $50. I said, hell no, I'm about to stay in this area. Good thing I brought my laptop and stuff like that. I edited some videos, and then I just stayed at the library like the whole time. So 4:11 comes. I'm literally walking up the freaking parking lot, and that's when I see them finally walking over to the car. They have papers in their hand, and I guess they're going ahead to get ready to do this freaking inspection on the vehicle. So I'm like, okay, they're just not walking over. Like, they had the car all day and they didn't do this. Like, I was annoyed. I went into the waiting room area, you know, and I waited. So about 4:30ish, 4:40ish, that's when I finally went in there and said, like, hey, like, you know, any update on the vehicle? Like, is it ready? And the guy's like, let me check. He's like, what's your name? And I told him. He couldn't find my name, and I'm telling him how to spell it, and then he just pulled it up with like the VIN number or whatever, and he goes, okay, let me check and see if they went ahead and inspected. He told me to go to the waiting room. So I went into the waiting room, and so finally I happen to, like, I get a phone call, and I go outside, and I happen to look and see them at the car, and there's like people that's like kind of surrounded the car, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, you know, like, are they gonna inspect it? And it looks like they're just standing there talking. Okay, so the hood or nothing was open, like they were literally just standing there talking. So they finally hit me up at 5:45 and told me that the vehicle was ready and I could go. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm literally on one. Like, I'm pissed off because I got booked to go to a movie premiere. Is for the movie Bloomhouse, Truth or Dare. And I really wanted to see that movie. You know, Lucy Hale is in it. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know, this could be a good movie or whatever. So, bruh, I live an hour away from Buena Park from this place, okay? I was stuck in traffic and I was late to the movie premiere. The movie started at 7:30, but I had to be there at 6:30. And so when I got there, it was like 7:10ish, and they were like, oh, like, we already let people in. And I'm just like, dang, like, seriously? And he was like, next time, just make sure you're here an hour early. And I'm just like I'm pissed the hell off. Friday night, I'm with my friend, and I happened to see I got an email that said LYFT, and it said something about deactivated. And I didn't get a chance to read it. I was like, I'm going to read it later. So I wake up in the morning, and I have every intention to go drive for LYFT, you know, because that was my plan for the weekend, to do LYFT, because I was busy doing other stuff, you know, for the whole week. So I literally go to the app, and I literally go try to turn on the app, you know, say that I'm available, and it said that I was deactivated. And I was deactivated because I did not, apparently to them, go get the car, like, inspected. And so I literally could not get in contact with nobody because LYFT was closed during the weekend. And I'm just like, oh, are you kidding me? Like, so Tuesday I go back to Buena Park again so that they could go ahead and activate me again. Okay, so I'm like, okay, like, am I going to go ahead and am I going to get, where's my phone? Am I going to get the bonus? Girl said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna get the bonus, and I should be receiving it like tomorrow morning, because it takes like a week in order for it to come through. So payday is on Tuesday, but the money usually doesn't hit our accounts until Wednesday. And it didn't make any sense because, like, you know, with LYFT you could usually do the express pay, like you could just automatically get your money, but with the bonuses, no, it could take a week to get. And then they say it depends on your bank. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get this money, you know, on a Wednesday morning. So guess what? Guess fucking what, yo? I wake up, I check my bank account, I still didn't get $257. I was pissed off because I'm like, yo, like, I should have received this fucking money by now, right? So I requested that they call me, and I had asked my friend like last week, because she's been driving for LYFT for a minute, and so I asked her, I said, so does this right here, there you go. I asked my friend, I said, does this right here mean that I'm not getting nothing? Okay. And she says, oh, no, you're going to get paid. You're going to get the money. And I was like, okay. Like, she said, it's going to hit your bank account first, and then it'll adjust, like, right here. So I'm like, okay, like, cool. So you guys just saw, like, 34. It says $235 weekly guarantee. It's a bonus that they're promoting, okay? So it says rides. The required rides, 30. How many did I get? 34. Acceptance rate, 90% required. I got 100%. Guaranteed week earning, $350. I'm sorry, $235. And earnings during the week for me, 257.15. Bonus 0. So my friend told me like it's going to get adjusted or whatever. I said okay, like it's going to get adjusted, I'm going to get the money, you know, fine. But this morning, since I didn't see the money in my bank account, I requested for Lyft to go ahead and call me. And these fools tell me that I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting anything because I went over. I got more. So I got $257. So that means in earning towards like the week. So that means I'm not getting anything from it, from my earnings, because I went over. So she said if I had made less, then they would have went ahead and paid me the difference. But because I went over, I didn't get nothing. And that's bullshit. Like, that means I just worked for free. And I was like, oh, so like, you know, you guys scamming people, you know, it's misleading, it's false and misleading. She goes, no, like, you know, if you have any questions, you could you could email the help and they could give you further information and explain everything. But, you know, that's just how it is. That's how our company works. And I'm like, yeah, it's false and misleading. So I'm not driving with Lyft anymore, because like right now they're giving me another bonus for 30. I gotta do 35 rides and then I get $280. And that's bullshit, because it's like, you know, we're adding miles and shit on our cars, but I'm not getting shit just because I went over by a little bit. Like, are you serious? Like, I was watching this guy's video on YouTube and he had said that like he was doing a bonus and he had to do 125 rides in order to get $1,200, and he ended up being 5 rides short. He earned $1,040, and out of that he was able to get, his bonus was $121. Bitch, how the fuck was this nigga short, you know, in rides and still got freaking paid? But I didn't get shit. And the lady tells me, like, so I said, so if I did 29 rides, like, I would have got something. She goes, no, because it requires you to get 30 rides. But it's because I earned too much, so I didn't get nothing. And I'm like, yo, that's bullshit. Like, like, bitch, Lyft is a fucking scam. Like, okay, I guess scam is not the right word, but it's bullshit. Technically, it's a scam because you're putting miles on your car and you don't get shit. They already take mad amount of money out for the rides that you do. Like, I did one ride, and I got paid $22. Okay, $22 for that ride. They took $11 out for their fees, because they take, like, they say 20 to 25% out. So all my earnings every time, like, they're taking money. The more I drive, the more money that they take from me, but I still get money. But, you know, so I'm literally just like pissed, and I'm like, yo, I'm done with Lyft.